Hey, welcome back. So in this video, we will discuss about the parseInt and the parseFloat functions in JavaScript. So many of the times what happens is that, for example, you are dealing with a form data inside of JavaScript. Then the user inputted data is a string. So many of the times you want to convert a string to a number. So in that case, we use the parseInt and the parseFloat functions. Okay. So let's see that in action. So let's do console log of parseInt and let's do a string of 10. So as you can see, we are getting 10 back. Okay. So this is a number. So if I just do type of parseInt, that is a number. Okay. All right. Then what we can do something like this, 10.56. We will get 10 here. Okay. So the decimal points, we are not counting that. All right. Now what if we do 10, 20, 30? So in that case, what exactly is happening? We are getting the first number here. Okay. So let me just change the numbers. Let's do 20 and 30. So as you can see, we are getting the first number, which is getting started from this index, like the 0th index. Okay. All right. Then what we can do something like this. So we can add some spaces, 50 spaces. All right. So we are still getting that particular number, which is good. Let's do something like, let's do 20 years. That is all good. So we are getting 20 back. So as you can see, it doesn't care about the characters which comes after the number, but if I just do something like this and do something like $20, we will get a nan. So in our case, our string is not starting with a number. That is why we are getting nan, not a number. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So it doesn't like the strings which do not starts with the number. Okay, so here what we can do something like this. He is 40 years old. So that is not good. We are getting not a number here. Okay. All right. So this is the parseInt. So whenever we are having a string with a number, to convert that string to a actual number, we use the parseInt. It will convert the string number to an integer. Now, similarly, we have the parseFloat here. Okay. So let's see that in action. All right. What I'll do, I'll just comment out all of these. So console log up, let's do parseFloat of 20. As you can see, we are getting 20 back. Okay, so this is just a number. So let's just convert that to a string. So we are getting 20 back. Okay, but now if I just do something like 20.56, so we are getting 20.56 back. In the case of the parseInt, here we just got the integer value. Here we are getting the whole floating number value. Okay. All right. So that is good. Now let's see what happens if I just do something like 20, 50, 60. So once again, the behavior is similar to the parseInt. Okay. We are getting 20 back, like the first number. If I just do something like 20 years, that is all valid. Okay, that is all valid. If I just do something like this, that is also valid. All right, so spaces doesn't matter in the front, but in our case, if I just do something like this, once again, dollar, okay, let's do $20.66, then we are getting not a number. Why is that? Because our string is not starting with a number. It is starting with a special character or a $sign here. It can be anything, std, something like that, doesn't matter. Okay, all right. And let's add one more thing. Let's see, like He is 40 years old. Once again, we are getting not a number. So when we cannot convert the string to a number, we get nan or nan, not a number. In both of the cases, inside of the parseInt and also inside of the parseFloat. Okay. Also, if we just hover over this one, so as you can see, converts a string into a floating point number. Okay. So there is a parameter and so on and so forth. All right. So in this video, we have learned about the parseInt and the parseFloat functions or the methods in JavaScript.